Hello, everyone. Welcome to episode 8 of the James Miller Coaches Show. My name is Lorenzo Robinson, the host of your show, and I'm starting this one off with the man with the plan, the man of the hour, the athletic director, Mr. Jonathan Burton, the AD of Reinhardt Athletics. Coach Burton, how you doing today, sir?
I'm good. Good to see you.
Yes, sir. Always good to see you. And, you know, there's plenty of exciting things. It's a very exciting time within the Reinhardt Athletic program. How do you gauge sort of the performance of our respective sports teams to this point so far?
Yeah, listen, everybody's getting in the grand scheme of their season. I mean, they're playing a lot of games in a short amount of time. I mean, basketball's about to really kick it up, and they're going to play, I think, 4 or 5 games in 1 week. And, you know, golf is obviously trending in the right direction, and women's basketball got a good win to start. And then, obviously, they're in full stride. I mean, here we are, 3 weeks away from hopefully being in position to hopefully continue our season. So everybody's doing well. I mean, the women's volleyball is doing great, and really proud of how we've responded in the fall, and how we're starting to tick things up as well.
Yes, sir. So you touched on it a little bit. Speaking of basketball season, getting ready to start now in full swing, getting ready to go. At the end of this week, going into the weekend, we will have our inaugural Canyons Classic at Reinhardt University. Can you give what we can expect for the first year? Of this event at the school? Yeah,
listen, we're really excited. Canyons has always been a great sponsor for us. They've done so many good things, especially with FCA and Reinhardt FCA, and not just our teams, but we've really had some good support from them. And this year, teaming up with them to bring in 3 quality opponents, with Ave Maria, Dalton State, and then I obviously forgot the last one. But we've got a great opportunity to play good basketball at home in front of our fans and our students. And, anytime you can play a tournament like this early, it's going to prepare you for that, AAC conference that we're going to get into and how competitive it is. So we're looking forward to, having an opportunity to play some really good teams and play some good basketball.
Absolutely, absolutely. And obviously sponsored by Canyons as well. Fun fact, I was an employee of Canyons for about 3 years. So, cause is near and dear to my heart.
That's right.
Just doing a little roundup of the Reinhardt Athletic program. Soccer is entering the conference tournament this week. How do you kind of see their chances to maybe take home a conference championship between the men's and the women's teams?
Yeah, we hope that happens for both of them. Our women's team is probably in a little better position because, they're kind of in that middle of that pack and falling a better opportunity. But the guys are very capable. I mean, they've showed spurts this year of playing really well. They've lost some tough matches early. But obviously, we have an interim coach in that position right now, and Moses is doing a really good job of preparing our guys day in and day out. But our women's, Alejandro's his first year as our women's head coach, and man, they've lost some tough matches, especially here of late. And I know they had a disappointing loss to U-Pike here on senior day. But I feel like the girls and guys are both excited to get off and get playing in this postseason tournament and hopefully make a good run and play in the national tournament. That's always the goal.
For sure. And as a football player, the one thing that, you can't really accomplish it in football, but the one thing that I wish that we could have had maybe, and you can't really do it in the sport, is a conference tournament, a situation where you could do something like that, just get all the teams together sort of in one general area, duke it out, see who's the best. It's always something to be said about that. It's almost like another season, a new lease on life.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't like the way it's spread out. It's kind of, you've got home sites, then nobody goes to one site. And I feel like that if you're able to do that, it creates a better student-athlete experience. But those are things that at our fall meetings, our winter meetings, that I want to bring up, and you kind of hit the nail on the head. It just, the environment, the energy, the excitement is so much better. So I hope we can change that for our soccer players. I think it would be great for them.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So the women's volleyball team really soaring this season. They're having a tremendous year, looking to clinch an outright conference championship. How do you make of the season that they've had this year?
Tessa, that team has been great this year. She's really had their attention. They've played well. They lost a 5-set match last week to Johnson, which Johnson's really improving in a lot of their sports and doing a really good job. But, from our standpoint, we've put ourselves in position that We've got the big one. We got Spartanburg, I think, on Friday. Or if my days are off. Then we've got CIU on Saturday, which is obviously going to be a tremendous test because, they're going to be gunning for us after us going there and beating them. And we hope that we can pull out all of our students. And I believe it's senior day for our girls as well. So it's a big opportunity for us, hopefully, to get in position to clinch this conference outright. I've always said it as a baseball coach. I don't ever want to share anything. Like, I never want to do that. If we were sharing something, it doesn't mean as much to me. So, if you win something outright, it just means a lot more. And I'm hopeful that our girls will finish the job, and I know Tessa will have them ready for that.
Definitely. And I like that point of a share of a conference championship. Yeah. I'm greedy.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
greedy.
right.
I want the whole thing for myself. That's
right.
just how it is.
That's right.
So last but certainly not least, the golf team right now ranked number 2 in the national polls, has a chance to bring a red banner home to Waleska. What do you make of the year that they've had?
We knew coming in, we felt like the men were going to be really good. They didn't lose anybody. Next year, they don't lose anybody again. They were very young last year and had a heck of a year last year, conference champions, conference tournament champions. But I think you talk about greed. I think we've got our sights a little bit bigger this year. Currently number 2 in the country, like you pointed out. I think they missed number 1 by 16 points to Kaiser and just won our AAC Conference Fall Championship today. So we feel like they're going to be in a position that they're going to have an outstanding year in the spring, and we hope that carries that into nationals. Our women's team, I think we've got 4 or 5 women golfers that we're battling with, that we're a little lower in on the roster this year. We lost a lot last year, so just like every year goes through transition, and you find a way to pick pieces up. But Evans is doing a really good job. He's coaching both of them. I know Debbie's helping out our women's a lot as well, and we're excited to see their growth. But it's been a heck of a fall for them so far.
For sure, Coach.
Yes, sir.
I appreciate you. Thank you for your time.
Yes, sir.
The man with the plan, Coach Jonathan Burton, ladies and gentlemen. And now we will take this time to welcome the namesake of the James Miller Coaches Show as he makes his way around the restaurant. We'll wait for him to sit down, get himself together. Coach James Miller.
All right, I got my steps in.
How you doing, Coach?
Awesome.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Always good to see your smiling face.
No doubt. Thought I was going to be late coming off the practice field.
Oh, no. We're on your time. So
yeah, I had to yell at a couple more guys,
par for the course.
That's right.
So how was the weekend for you without having to prepare for an opponent or prepare for a game? What was this Friday, Saturday, Sunday like for you?
Well, we gave the kids off. We practiced Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Really tried to get them some rest, get their legs back under them. So we gave them off Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And it was my oldest birthday weekend. So he's a big football fan, so we went to Sequoia to recruit Friday night. And then we went to the Georgia Tech game because we had some guys working the game, and I knew they would let us in for free. I don't pass free. And then we went to we got some tickets to go to the Falcons game on Sunday. So it was a football frenzy all weekend. We were excited and pumped up, man. It was awesome.
Yeah, that's great. Shout out to Keegan Miller, too. Shout out to Keegan.
That's right.
Man.
10 years old, man.
Yes,
I got
sir.
a team. How about that?
Man.
This goes fast, dude.
Absolutely, absolutely. So what is the overall morale like in the building coming off of 3 consecutive victories, going into the bye week, getting a little bit of rest? What is the morale like for the team right now?
This team's been I think we've grown a lot over the season. I think we've learned it's almost different on 2 sides of the ball. We're super young on defense, and then we're super old on offense. I feel like offensively we have a good idea of how to practice, the tempo we need to be at. I'm not saying it's perfect every day. No day's ever perfect. And I think our defense has had to learn how to practice throughout the year. We have 3 new coaches on that side of the ball. We have 3 veterans on the offense side of the ball. So it's been kind of different on both sides of the ball. And I think both groups have grown and bought into what we're doing. I think it's been enjoyable to coach this team. It really has. I think when you get to this point of the year, it gets hard on everybody because it's easy to be excited the first 2-3 games of the year. Who's excited game 7, game 8, game 9? Who can continue to practice at a high level? Who can show up every day, be excited to work out, be excited in meetings, be excited about all that stuff. So I think that's always a challenge every year. And the teams that show up and prepare the right way are the teams that are going to keep winning and keep moving on. And the teams that don't are the ones that aren't going to survive the gauntlet. That's what makes football tough, man. It's such a grueling sport, not only physically, but probably even more as you go into the season mentally. And it's trying to get the young kids to understand you got to keep grinding every day to keep getting better every day because it's different than high school. It's more physical than high school. So it's an ongoing challenge. But I've enjoyed coaching this group. It's been challenging, which is always good. But I think they're buying into the challenge and they're buying into changing themselves and individually and as a group. So it's been good.
Yeah, to your point, when you get to this point in the season, I'll never forget some of the best advice that I received came from one of my high school coaches, and it's really simple. It sounds simple. It's a simple phrase. It's only 3 words. It's don't get bored, right? Don't get bored. Over the course of a season, you're like, man, just got to go to practice, all right? Just got to get through a meeting. It can be easy to get bored with the mundane when you continuously do things. But don't get bored, right? You got to be able to revel in that, sort of revel that mundane. You know what I mean?
And that's what we've talked about at the end of the year. You know, we've talked about, you know, what's one of the easiest things to do in basketball? Should be shoot a 3-throw.
Yeah.
And we've talked a lot about making 3 throws. And to me, making 3 throws is about consistency. It's about developing a routine. It's about putting in the effort and practice to get it as good as you possibly can. And it's the easiest thing to do in basketball, but can be extremely difficult if you don't have a plan, if you don't prepare the right way, if you're not routine about what you're doing every time you shoot it. And we talked about everybody's just got to make their individual 3 throws, do your part, do your 1/11th, and keep getting better every single day on everything that we do. And I think if we can do that, we got a great shot towards the end of the year.
For sure. So I don't know if you remember, but I'll never forget a bye week that we had in 2022, which was sort of my first time being able to consistently get reps with the ones and the ones group during that time. And that was really a time where I really kind of took the bull by the horns a little bit, was able to, you know, show something, I guess, to the coaching staff and kind of take advantage of an opportunity. Bye weeks are sort of funny like that, where you may have some guys who are licking their wounds and other guys are just chopping at the bit, waiting for their chance. And, you know, they try to take on as much as they can. Who sort of did that for you in practice this week?
Well, I mean, actually this week we got a kid sick right now. And it's given another guy, I'm not going to tell the position, but it's given another guy opportunity, though. So, like you know, he's gone from getting maybe in scout period 3 reps to now he's getting 12 reps. And it's an opportunity for him to step up and grab the bull by the horns, like you're saying, and you know, put confidence in us if he has to play. But I think other guys that have stepped up on the bye week was Isaiah Payton. He's a guy that keeps showing up. He's a young player. I think he's got a super bright future. He's fast. He's quick. He's a little wild at times, meaning not seeing everything like he should and maybe playing a little too fast. But you rather slow people down than have to speed them up. So I think he's really stepped up. I think defensively, Cooper Negron keeps showing up. He's a freshman linebacker. Danquavius Cummings is a freshman defensive tackle that I think is really, it's starting to kind of slow down for him. That's what you want to see from young kids. You want to see the game start to kind of slow down and not speed up. Things start to get a little bit slower. The game starts to slow down. They get used to the speed of the game. Those are the guys that you can, okay, he's starting to get it. It's starting to come together a little bit for him. So those are a couple guys that showed up and continue to show up week in and week out that I think have super bright futures in our program, and I'm excited that they're with us.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So last week, your word of the week was resiliency. So I just want you to take a moment. Who's been a good measure of resiliency within your program, not just this past week, but just over the course of this season?
Man, to be honest with you, I think it's our quarterback. You know, I think Taylor would tell you he hasn't played his best football at all times. But the thing you know about Taylor is he's going to play as hard as he can. He cares greatly about our football team. He wants to do great for his teammates. I think the thing he's got to do is just trust his teammates. Not that he doesn't, but trust what we're doing. Trust your teammates. Understand where we are on the field, when you want to take chances, when you don't want to take chances. And I think because we need him to play really good football down the stretch. Like, he's super important to what we're doing. And if we can get him to play better, I think we got a good football team. But he cares so dang much, man. He really cares about Reinhardt. He cares about his teammates. He's just got to he's got to, again, trust what we're doing, trust what we're saying, and just completely, not that he's not bought in. I don't want to say buy in because he is bought in, but just listen to what we're trying to teach him and show him so he can make the best play for the team. I think defensively, I think Markel Sutton, who's coming up here, I think the game has continued to get slower for him as well. Because it's different. Guys coming off injury, it's the same thing. When they get back from a major injury like he had or like you had, I think the game's moving super fast. And then, you know, once you get into it and you get a couple games into it, it will start to slow back down like I think it has for him. Jamari Benjamin is a freshman safety that I think it's starting to slow down a little bit. He still has to learn how to practice better, but yeah, those are some of the guys I would say that come to mind. So I think Taylor's super resilient. I think he's a super good kid, and he knows he needs to play better. And if he was sitting here, he would tell you that too. And I know he's going to play better. He's going to have these next 3 weeks are going to be his next 3 weeks. They're going to be huge, and he's going to be ready to go.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So around the country, we had a few of the favorites, the presumed favorites, go down in a few different matchups. I know you don't really try to pay attention too much to what's going on, but can you sort of use these games as a way to continue to motivate your team, as a way to keep them focused and let them know that, hey, if you don't bring your hard hat on a particular day, that it might be your day to go down?
Yeah, I think you always talk about it. You always want to bring it up when it happens to an extent, like, because we're all human. Kids look at the games, they look at the scores, they talk about it. Guys put it in our group chat on Saturday. Of course, I said all we need to worry about is us. Don't worry about anything else. Focus on us. Focus on what we control, which is how we play and our effort and our execution. That's all we can worry about. But I also think you got to mention it. You know, Coach Beamer used to do it all the time when we played. You would have never known if we were playing FAMU or we were playing USC. It was always USC. It didn't matter who we played. They were always better than us. They were always going to be more prepared than us. And he always made everybody look like Notre Dame. And, that was a thing that helped me because I was a type player. I wasn't the best football player, so I had to do it. I always looked at how I approached every practice like I'm going against whoever I was playing, and I'm going to beat them in practice. And that's what I want our guys to understand. If you can focus on your 1/11th, you can practice to the best of your ability. You can show up every day. You can focus on who you're going against and how I can get better to defeat him. I think you're always going to put your best foot forward. But to say kids don't look at it and we don't talk about it, even as a staff, I'd be lying to you. Like, you're going to look at it. You're going to see the scores. We talk about it, but in the end, none of that stuff really matters. All that matters is what we do in practice, how we prepare, and then how we play on Saturdays. So.
Yeah, a quote that I always will remember from you: "This is our most important game." Why is it the most important game? Because it's the next one.
It's the next one. It's the next one. Like the way we've been approaching every game this down the stretch is it's Super Bowl Saturday every week. We got a Super Bowl every week, and that's how we got to approach it. And because in the Super Bowl you want to play your best game, you want to put your best foot forward. It's the biggest game of the year. Well, we got to think every game's the biggest game of the year down the stretch. So every day is Super Bowl Sunday, and we got to put our best foot forward every single day in practice. And if you do that, it doesn't guarantee victory, but it gives us a better opportunity.
Yes, sir. So now entering this stretch run of the season, as the calendar flips from October to November, you start to get into a situation where guys get banged up. You have nicks and bruises, some more serious than others. How important does training and proper nutrition and things like that become at this point in the season?
Yeah, I would say even to another thing is sickness. You get more sickness as it gets colder.
Yeah, seasons change.
Yeah, guys get sick. Guys get under the weather. There are a lot of nicks. You gotta practice hard, but you got to be careful. It's a fine line. It's something that I've tried to develop as I've gotten older as a coach. 10 years ago, I wouldn't have cared how the players felt, at all. And I think as I've gotten older, I've adapted to that a little bit more. And I think you got to have a read for the team. Where are we at as a team? How healthy are we as a team? Who's available? Who's not available? Who do we need to get rest to? Who do we not need to give rest to? Who needs more reps? Who needs less reps? I think all that stuff, has to be in your thought process and how you plan everything you do down the stretch. Like today, I think, typically on Wednesday we would go anywhere from 2 hours and 20 minutes or 2 hours. Today, I think we did our best to try to be out of there in an hour and 50 minutes. So you try to cut back a little bit as you get down the stretch. But I'll be honest with you, if they're not practicing good, we will put the pads on and we will get after it. So it's really up to them. If they can be mature, show up like they're supposed to, do their 1/11th, play to the best of their ability, practice hard, then I'm going to take care of them. But it's when, those times when they don't want to practice or don't feel like practicing, we got to set the tone.
Hey, that's a message to the team right there. I hope they heard that.
No, they've been good. We've been doing better.
So this is just something that I've noticed and observed over the course of this past week and really over the course of this season. The impact of playing at night sometimes for a lot of programs, it seems like it's really impactful for not just the team, but also the fan base. Everyone's just sort of a different type of wired when the game is starting late. Those lights come on in the stadium. It just feels like the energy is different. Do you believe that being able to experience that early in the season prepares you for going into some hostile environments potentially as you shift into a different phase of the year?
Yeah, I think so. I think it always helps you. I don't think you should ever let it determine how you play or how you prepare. I think, you got to talk about it a little bit and prepare the guys for it. But I don't think it should ever change. To be honest with you, I hate night games. I hate waiting. I hate. No offense to Coach Burton, because I know he wants to play more late afternoon night games, which I'm totally for. Okay, but I personally, I can't stand waiting. It's more of the waiting game that bothers me. But it does. I think our kids get up for them. I think they love them. I think it would be cool to get a home game at night and wear the black jerseys. I think that would be super sweet. Yeah, and I think our kids like night games. I think they like being under the lights. Kind of reminds you of high school a little bit, under the lights and playing, and the fans. I think fans like them and stuff like that. So, yeah, it's cool. Now, when you get in the playoffs, it's different because you play almost all your games in the playoffs at 1 o'clock because you want to get the game done so you can figure out who you're playing next. So, and the travel and stuff like that. So that changes a little bit. So, I think our kids enjoy it, though. I think they like playing at night.
Absolutely.
Like
absolutely.
that Southeastern game, that was a great environment. It was awesome. I enjoyed playing in that game. I didn't play, but I enjoyed being there watching our guys. I think they really enjoyed being in that environment, even though we took an L. But it was a super cool environment to play in. Their stadium was awesome.
Yeah, I mean, just the energy. It just feels so different. I mean, even though it's a different level, but I was watching Texas A&M and LSU over the weekend, and, I mean, Death Valley at night, having to go in there in that type of environment. I mean, different environments like that. Jordan Hare and Auburn, just different things like that.
There's nothing better than beating people on the road, in my opinion. Now, I got my butt kicked. When I was at GA, we played LSU, and we lost 45-0.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Was that Saban LSU?
You brought up a bad memory.
I'm sorry. Was that Saban LSU?
That was, I believe so. No, that was 2006. So I think he might have still been there. Yeah. We got killed. We got destroyed. It was horrible.
I'm sorry, man.
So, it's all right.
I'm sorry. Well, we're getting ready to shift gears here. The bye week is officially over. You're going into uncharted territory. We're going to preview Reinhardt's next opponent coming up next on the James Miller Coaches Show.
Oh, yeah.
Hold on.
The previous play is under further review.
I'm not sure what he could review, but okay. Sure has been a while. Dine in at Buffalo's Cafe for the football season.
We didn't come to fix Marco's brakes because it was convenient or fast. We did it because Marco has bigger fish to fry and a lot of hungry people to feed. Kraus Family Ford. Passion drives purpose.
EA Sports. It's in the game.
It's all led to this. It's a 60-minute drive for a 60-minute game. After all the miles we've traveled, we're almost there. After all the hours we've worked, one more can make us legends.
Hey, we got brother on three. 1, 2, 3.
This is our
Quarterback
time.
change. Rice running on the right side. Rice at the 30, 20. He is gone, folks. That is a touchdown. First touch of the game. He's going to get brought down. And it's intercepted. That's number 2, Markel Sutton. And he's going to score a touchdown. Reinhardt Eagles. Fake handoff. Taylor Jackson dropping back. He's going to throw it. And the ball will be caught. That's number 81, Cedric Colors, the senior. The handoff goes to Walker. Walker up the middle. And he walks in for a score. Touchdown. Alex Henson ready to send this one away for the Eagles. Going to get brought down. 22 Nolan Marshall and sacked. Brought down number 97. Jackson is over in the backfield. Jackson's going to drop that pass, throwing it to Bradley. Bradley's going to score. Touchdown, Reinhardt. Grabowski's going to take it on the quarterback keeper, but he's going to get brought down. Number 1, Emmanuel Olsen rolling right, throwing right. He will be able to find number 82. Taylor Jackson's going to take it for himself and for the touchdown.
Welcome back to the James Miller Coaches Show. Again, I'm Lorenzo Robinson, still here with the namesake of our show, Coach James Miller. So, getting ready to preview your upcoming conference opponent. It is a conference opponent, but a bit of an unfamiliar opponent. Tell me a little bit about the Rio Grande team that you guys are getting ready to play.
Well, it's somewhere I've never been, Chillicothe, Ohio. It's a long trip. It's 8 hours, which is always a challenge. You're going into uncharted territory. I have no idea what the stadium looks like, no idea anything. So that's always a bit of a challenge because you just don't know what you're walking into. I'm not saying it looks bad on film or anything like that. I'm not trying to, badmouth it. But you just don't know what you're expecting. They're a young football team, a lot of freshmen, a lot of sophomores. They run a defense that I don't know if we've ever played against, kind of a 3-3-5, which is what West Virginia used to run when I played them back in the day. And they got some good players on that side of the ball. They got a good nose guard. They got a defensive end that can wreak havoc, number 11. He's super athletic. He's a good player. They got a freshman linebacker, number 10, that moves around and blitzes a lot. So that brings its challenges. Offensively, I think they're still trying to figure it out a little bit. I think they're trying to figure out who the signal caller is. So, I think it's a big week that we just need to focus on what we do. We need to focus on how we prepare. We need to go out there and we need to play our best football. I don't ever overlook anybody. I don't ever look past anybody. I'm kind of like Coach Beamer, like I just said. The next game is the biggest one because it's the next one, and we're getting ready to play USC or LSU. That's who we're playing. So that's the way we have to approach it. And they're a young football team that's trying to figure it out. And we're a team that's still trying to figure us out and trying to get us to play our best. So that's all we can worry about is what we do and how we prepare.
So to this point this year, it's been at times a struggle for them, but in their last game, they had their chance to win.
They did.
I'm not going to say who they played, but it was a game that sort of went down to the wire. They had the ball with a chance to win. It just didn't go their way. They're getting closer and closer. Someone's going to eventually go down to them because, that's life. That's natural. It's the cyclical nature of football. So how important is it for you to emphasize to your team staying focused and making sure that you're not the one that falls victim to them?
It's staying focused and getting off to a fast start. We got to start fast. We got to jump on them. Our strength coach used to say it all the time, kill a mosquito with an axe. So we got to jump on them fast. We got to take them out of the game fast. We got to play fast. We got to play physical. We got to play Reinhardt football. And, I want to play our best game. And I want to take care of the football offensively. I want to be efficient on offense. Not worried about how many yards we get or anything like that. I want to have a great completion percentage. I want to be great on third down. I want to be great in the red zone. I want to score every time we're inside the 10. I want to run the football for a great yards per carry. Those are the things we got to focus on that side of the ball. Defensively, we better be running to the football with bad intentions like our hair's on fire. We want to create turnovers. Those are all things that we've been focused on all week. We want to tackle good. We don't want to have a bunch of missed tackles. We don't want to play sloppy. Today, at times, I thought we practiced a little sloppy. We need to get that cleaned up tomorrow. But I thought we practiced hard. We just didn't practice to the standard of an efficient Reinhardt football team that I want to. So we got to get that cleaned up tomorrow. But, that's what I'm looking for on Saturday.
Yes, sir. So you have the unique experience of being a part of the Reinhardt staff during some of the program's more formative years, trying to figure itself out as a football program. Can you speak to a little bit of the difficulties when it comes to establishing yourself as a new program within a conference that already has so many established teams within it?
Yeah, I think it's really, we were a little bit different and I'm not sure how they completely set it up. We had a year where we didn't play. So we just practiced, which I think is valuable. If you're starting any program, you always want to take a year where you can recruit, you can practice, and then you're going to play. Now, again, I don't know how they did it, but I think that's super important. And then you gotta figure out who you got, where you're going to recruit, what's your recruiting base, how we're going to recruit to what we do offensively and defensively. And then, you're going to be playing with a bunch of young kids. So I would think you want to be super simple. You don't want to try to do too much. It's kind of like us on defense. We're super young on defense. We're not able to do as much as we are on offense. So I think you just got to have a feel for the kids and what you can do on both sides of the ball. But then what are your standards? What are you not going to allow? What are you going to allow? Because they are young and they are going to make mistakes. And make sure you set those standards and then do the best you can to follow them and develop your team chemistry, your culture, your motto, and get those kids to really buy into it. Probably don't worry about the wins and losses as much as, hey, let's try to get better, just like everybody. Let's try to get better every single week. Let's try to do something better every single week and take it one game at a time. And that's what we had to do early on. I think my first year here we were 6-4. And then my next year we were 9-1, lost to Jake Russell in Campbellsville, 76-56. And then the next year is when we really kind of took off. But we had a plan. We knew what we wanted on offense. We knew what we wanted on defense. And then we went out as a staff and recruited our tails off. I mean, that's the lifeblood of any program is recruiting.
Yes, sir. So now entering your last scheduled home game. Again, not looking ahead, but do you believe that it's important to sort of put a nice game together, make a bit of a statement playing away from your home field at this point in the season?
Yeah, I want to make a statement every game. Every game should be a statement game. I don't think any game's more important than the other. So every game should be a statement. Every game you're trying to send a message. I just know this. I know when people turn the film on, which we haven't done at all times this season, I want to play extremely hard. I want to win the lines of scrimmage. And I want people, when they turn the film on, like, you better bring your hard hat when you play Reinhardt or you're going to get hit in the mouth. And that's what we're trying to do every single Saturday.
Absolutely. So, again, my favorite segment of the show, this is where Coach Miller gets a chance to set the tone for the program, really set the stage for not just his team, but also his coaching staff, as well as the Reinhardt fan base, you guys at home. So here it is, Coach James Miller.
I would say sacrifice. So our motto is pay the price, prepare team passion. But pay the price means what are you willing to sacrifice for the team? This is the ultimate team sport. Everybody's got to make a sacrifice at the end of the year, meaning every guy's hurt. Every guy's not 100%. Every guy's got to buy into what we're doing. Every guy can't care who's getting the ball, can't care who's in the game. Just go out there and sacrifice 110% for Reinhardt, for the Eagles, for the team, for yourself, for the coaches. Let's just all buy in and put everything we got into this game on Saturday. So sacrifice.
Coach.
Appreciate it, man.
Always a pleasure.
Hey, good luck with these next two guys, man. You don't know what you're going to get.
Oh, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. That's Coach James Miller again. Thank you for the time. And now we're going to have a chance to speak with an offensive representative. Obviously, Reinhardt didn't play this past week, so there is not an offensive and defensive player of the week. So we're going to talk to the offensive and defensive captains. First on offense, Mr. Zach Lyle. How you doing, sir?
Lorenzo, I'm good. How are you?
I can't complain, man. I can't complain. The pride of Houston County, Zach Lyle. Houston County's doing pretty good this year, too.
Oh, yeah, 8-1, baby.
Oh, man. Oh, man. It's fun times ahead, huh?
No doubt.
So, Zach, you've been a key contributor to the offense your entire career. Obviously, you played some significant snaps as a freshman. You've been now a 3-year starter. What would you say has contributed to your continued growth as a player?
I think the biggest thing is probably repetition. You know, Coach Miller always talks about getting your reps in, getting your reps in, getting your reps in. And I'm more confident now than I ever have been. So doing the same things over and over again, it's like building habits, building the callus, and, you know, it just makes things easier when you've done it a lot.
For sure. And obviously being able to focus on yourself is easy, being able to take a zoomed in view, but as a leader on the team, you also have the unique perception, really, the unique perspective of being able to take a zoomed out view. So what do you say, or what do you want to see your sort of do better entering this final stretch of the season?
As an offense as a whole, we got to stop turning the ball over. I think that's the biggest thing that's holding us back. Turning the ball over completely flips the momentum in a game. Even if you're killing somebody, it really gives the defense a chance, and it's like, oh, here we go, we got a chance now. And usually good teams capitalize on turnovers, so going forward, when we start playing better teams, especially in the playoffs, it's going to be a big thing. And if we turn the ball over, we're not going to be as successful as we could be.
For sure. So how did you spend the bye week, both in the facility and out of the facility?
In the facility, took care of my body, got in the ice tub, relaxed a little, had some off time. And over the weekend, I went home. I'm a big outdoorsman, so I did some deer hunting and spent some time. Oh, yeah, deer season, baby. And I spent some time with my niece. She's 3 months old, so loved up on her and spent some time with family.
For sure. So, again, as a leader, being able to take that zoomed out view, going to put you on the spot one more time. Who's somebody within your room, the offensive line room, that you believe will be a very key contributor to your team reaching their full potential this year?
I'm going to go with our 2 freshman tackles, Braddock Vohan and Daniel Davis. They both played really good high school football, and they've played some snaps here, but no critical snaps really yet. And, we got an old group up front. I've played a lot of football. Justin Pinckney's played a lot of football. Aaron Emmons played a lot of football. Ben Hollers, Jaden Calhoun, we've all played a lot of football. And injuries are going to happen, especially as you keep going. And like Coach Miller was talking about, sickness is happening, the season change. And those guys just have to continue to prepare in a way like they're playing every week, because their time will come.
Most definitely. So, again, you've been a very seasoned player. You've been a key contributor to the offense for 4 years. You're a 2-time all-conference performer. You've been an All-American. What legacy do you want to leave at Reinhardt going into the final stretch of your career?
I can talk about personal stuff, but I'd rather talk about the team. I've been here, this is my 4th year, and we played two playoff games, one of them that was really close and we had a chance to win, and the other one that wasn't so close. But I really want us to make a run in the playoffs this year, and keep the program moving forward in the future. We have the team to do it. We just have to all play to our potential, and I think we can do whatever we want with this team. So that's what I want to do.
Zach, pleasure, man.
Pleasure. Appreciate you having me.
Definitely. My left tackle, too.
Oh, yeah. No doubt.
Zach Lyle, ladies and gentlemen, that was our offensive representative. So now we'll take a moment for our defensive representative to make his way up into the hot seat. Number 2, Markel Sutton. How you doing, sir?
Doing good, man. How you doing?
I can't complain, man. I can't complain. Get that a little bit closer to your mouth so the good people out there can hear you, man.
All right, you ready?
All right. So, Markel, you missed much of last season due to an unfortunate injury. This year, sort of working your way back. How would you gauge your performance with the way that you played at the beginning of the year to how you're playing right now?
I'd say at the beginning, it was kind of rough, like coming back in, because I was like nervous, kind of not playing in the whole year. So I was like kind of scared, not scared of like the opponent, but like getting hurt basically. So I had to kind of let that go and just like, man, just go. And that changed the way that I'm playing now, because now I'm playing like, man, whatever happens. I'm just going to play hard and go. So, yeah, that's what I say.
Yeah, and from my perspective, being on the outside looking in, it seems like every game you get a little bit better. You make a play that makes me go, okay, all right. So now we're getting to a point where this is what it's supposed to be like. What would you say has gone into that continued progression for you?
I just come in every week and just attack the week. And just like I said, get in the game. I don't think about the injury. I just go. And whatever happens. Just play hard. That's it.
Absolutely. And Coach Miller puts a lot on your plate as one of the leaders of the team.
Yeah.
So what is that like for you to be somebody who is expected to lead your guys and someone who has a lot on their shoulders at all times?
It's like it got to happen. Somebody got to do it. And, like, it's an honor to have the opportunity to do that. So sometimes it be hard because sometimes it be, like, personal stuff going outside, but you can't let that tie into football. So I let that go and kind of try to lead my guys into the right direction and kind of try to pinpoint the stuff that Coach Miller trying to get across to the team, my teammates and stuff like that, and kind of lead them in that way.
Definitely.
Want.
Hey, definitely. I understand what you're saying. And, you know, being able to have that position the way that you've had it for the last few years, I would say that you really handled it in a really nice way. You've been able to be a guy that not only, you know, has the respect of the coaching staff, but also someone that younger players go to. I see you always talking to the younger guys and sort of coaching them up and getting them right. So I would say that that's a really good thing and a really difficult thing, too. It's not easy.
It's hard. Sometimes it's hard.
So Reinhardt obviously has a rich tradition within that defensive back room. A lot of great players, specifically at your position, who have come through, and you've been anointed as that next guy. How would you say that you fit into that mold of what Reinhardt has been at the defensive back position and now what you've been able to do this year?
I would say, because I've been here a few years, I would say I kind of like looked up to the guys that came before me, and I kind of took what they did and tried to put it into what I do, and kind of try to pass that on to the young guys. Because like Coach Miller mentioned when he was speaking, the guy, Jamari Benjamin, he's a young guy. So he's going to have an opportunity next year to have to lead young guys, even though that he's young. But he's getting an opportunity this year, so I'm trying to like help him out so he'll be ready for that opportunity next year. That's what
Definitely.
Yeah.
So, final question. What does a successful season look like for you?
I would say finishing the season healthy and making a deep playoff run. Because I've been here years, and like Zach Lau said, we played in some playoff games that we should have came out with one of them. The other one was not so close, like how he said. And I just feel like we need to have a good playoff run this year. Because we got the team, we got everything we need. We just need to come together and make it happen.
Yes, sir. Markel, thank you for joining me, man.
Appreciate you, man.
Absolutely. This is Markel Sutton. My name is Lorenzo Robinson, and this has been episode 8 of the James Miller Culture Show. Thank you for joining us, and we will see you all next time.
Yes, sir.